Want to hear a story about the Mirror of Thorns? I never set out to save the world. Not truly. When the obsidian waste swallowed my homeland, when the rivers turned to dust and the forests withered into skeletal shadows, I thought only of vengeance. I sharpened my sword, swore oaths to forgotten gods, and rode into the festering dark, a knight errant chasing monsters. But the wasteland mirrored my own soul, and the deeper I wandered, the more the rot clung to me. It was the phoenix who first spoke in riddles. Her feathers burned cold as starlight, and her voice hummed like a plucked harp string. If thou wouldst make the wild places bloom, let thyself be the root, she said, scattering ashes that bloomed into lilies where they fell. I scoffed. What use were flowers against a kingdom of decay? Yet when bandits corner me days later, their blades thirsty for blood, I found myself hesitating. Not from fear, but from a sudden, scalding clarity. Their eyes were hollow mirrors of my own rage. I lowered my sword. They did the same. The desert tested me next. 3 days without water, my lips cracked and bleeding. I stumbled into an oasis guarded by a serpent coiled around a pillar of salt. If thou wouldst slay grief, it hissed, carry no armor into the waters. Madness, I thought, but the pool's surface shimmered with visions. My sister's laughter stilled by plague, my father's blade abandoned in shame. I stripped my armor, my scars lay bare, and plunged in. The water burned like forgiveness. When I emerged, the desert bloomed crimson with poppies. By the time I reached the shattered citadel, I no longer recognized myself. The warlord who ruled, there was no demon, but a woman, her face gaunt, her crown of thorns dripping venom. "You've come to kill me," she rasped. Yet when I saw the self-inflicted wounds on her arms, the sigils of self-loathing carved into her throne, I laughed bitterly. "I've come to kill us," I said, and shattered her mirror-black blade with my bare hands. The citadel trembled. Sunlight speared through the cracks. Now, when travelers ask how the waste became the verdant marches, how the desolation of Tarn folded itself into fields of golden rye, I tell them this: salvation is not a sword, nor a spell, nor a martyr's pyre. It is the quiet unfurling of a clenched fist. The moment you stop fighting shadows and become the flame. The phoenix visits still, her wings trailing dawn. Sometimes, she leaves a single thorn on my windowsill, a reminder. Growth is never gentle, but in the soil of a mended soul, even the sharpest wounds can blossom.